everybody. Uh, Nostradamus, Dan Cook here. Just wanted to touch on a little something that kind of has me wondering about some things. Um, Donald Trump's the new president, and whether you support him or the Republican Party or whatever, that's whatever it is. First of all, let me just say this: the separation of parties is a joke. Because there are still Democrat and both for Democrat and Republicans in the Congress. So it's about who's in, who has the majority rule and who wants to pass what. The president doesn't have as much power as people think he does. But with that said, I'm not even going to get into that right now. I'm going to get into something else that's kind of got me wondering what's going on, scratching my head. I have a question for some of you. I'm not talking about Trump versus Clinton or the Obamas, for that matter, in terms of, presidential representatives, et cetera, et cetera. However, what does the First Lady's sexual preferences or past photos have to do with anything? There's a photo of her nude with another woman, et cetera. I'm thinking it was from a photo shoot or whatever. She was a nude, she did some nude modeling, I think, whatever. And even if it was an actual photo of a sexual exploit, what she does in her own time or what she did in her own time shouldn't be relevant. Let me get to a point here. Didn't Bill Clinton have all kinds of sexual misconduct scenarios arise while serving as president of these United States? Pretty sure he did. Did JFK have his own issues? JFK have his own issues with Marilyn Monroe? Yes. It seems like the younger the president, the more likely there's going to be some sort of infidelity or sexual issues that come up or whatever. Didn't hear a lot about it from Jimmy Carter's ugly butt or Reagan. He was too old, et cetera, et cetera. These people, Reagan, but a lot of these guys, they had morals too. They had family values and everything. But, and again, I think we're getting a little bit out of mixing up who we should or should not be looking at or looking up to as moral idols or public figures. The president is a position of power. And yes, I personally think that anyone in that kind of position or anyone that is a celebrity and so forth technically should handle themselves better. But just because, someone is in the public light doesn't mean that you should practically worship them or emulate them or even question them, in certain aspects. Yeah, we can, get upset about certain things, and or question, why this person is portraying themselves as one thing, but really, or they're doing something else or whatever. But back to Melania Trump's bedroom activities or photo shoots or whatever being brought up as some sort of issue with our, moral fiber or what she has done. If she's a freak, or if she was, let her be a freak, man. If this was flipped, and this was one of you, and it was your personal life or in your past, you wouldn't want it, especially if it's in your past, you wouldn't want that affecting you in your current job. As a matter of fact, let me bring back this. A lot of the same people flipping out over her photos are the same people that would defend a school teacher for having done a photo spread nude for a magazine. What's the difference? One of them is actually directly in contact with your children. That's the difference. This is the First Lady who most of us could probably figure out she isn't going to be in charge of a whole lot. Most First Ladies don't do a whole lot anyway. They just kind of, portray, the good family look or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. Michelle Obama was probably the most active First Lady other than Clinton. And kudos for that. But, if you look in the past, most of the First Ladies were basically, just there. They were the wife. So again, People want to defend teachers for doing photo spreads that are away from school, or defend a teacher that wants to dress sexy with her butt out, her breast showing, or whatever, in front of eighth graders who are going through puberty, no less. But they'll defend all this, but they want to criticize Melania Trump. Again, I'm not justifying anything. I'm not even taking up for the Trumps or comparing them to the Obamas. My point is, stop being hypocrites. I mean, seriously, get over yourselves. Who are you to be on your high horse? I guarantee you there's no one out here that hasn't done something that they're ashamed of in the past, or even if they're not ashamed of, they don't want it to get out. So, I mean, I'm the kind of person, I don't care. I mean, you want to ask me something, I'll tell you. If it gets out, I'll tell you. You know, I mean, because it's my past. It's made me who I am today. If you want to ask me about personal life, that's a different story, because that's between me and my lady, and, that's just different, but still. There have been plenty of classy presidential families in the past. And then again, there have been a fair share of controversies in the past with both Democrats and Republicans. Whether it's their sexual nature, who they've been with, what they've wore in private times. They want to dress up like a woman. Some of us who are old enough know who we're talking about. Or whether or not they lied, whether they inhaled. We all know Big Willie. Okay, so, again, get off your high horse. If bringing these photos up of Melania's past is supposed to sway someone over whether or not Donald should even be in office or not, you need to reload with some new ammo, better ammo, for that matter. And I do not, let me get this straight, I do not support the Trumps. I do not support either of them, to be honest with you, but there's only one family that's in the office now, and it is the Trumps. So my point is, I just don't like hypocrites. And people who just want to, and most of these people want to live their everyday lives, surrounded by drama, watching so-called reality shows that are nothing but drama. They want drama around them every day. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying in general. A lot of folks that want to criticize one set of people or one person usually are like living their lives surrounded by drama and nonsense. And the bad thing is, it ain't like she did this during the campaign trail or while he's in office. People just looked it up. Yeah, it's past. I mean, like I said, you can look up a lot of people's past. I mean, look at George Bush's past. I mean, oh my God, it was horrible. I mean, I don't know how he lasted in office, but still, the past was the past, and that's the way they got through it. Hey, this was in, that was that, blah blah blah. But again, all I'm trying to get at here, the main question is, what's the point? What are you trying to accomplish? If you think it's okay for one president or family to do one thing, but not for another president or family to do something else, if it doesn't affect you directly or the people of this nation directly, what's the point? And the president is not the Pope, which I wouldn't even worship the Pope, but he's not your local pastor. He's not a priest. He's not bringing the gospel. He's not claiming to. Neither is his wife. So for you to hold them at a standard higher than what you would expect, I mean, what would you expect? We don't know. We don't know what, heck, we really don't know what, what really a lot of presidents have done, or wives or whatever have done in the past. I mean, there's probably stuff, yeah, we found out a lot of things, but there's probably things that we never even will find out. Who knows? Anyway, that's just my point. I'm just trying to figure out why people want to keep bringing up these photos, but yet want to let other things slide that are about the same, or if not worse. So get off your high horse. Trump is the president. There's nothing you can do about it. Be yourself. Live your life right. Set an example for others. And hopefully live together in unity so that we can get through this. because the world is it's not what it used to be. The last thing we need to do is like, just start throwing stones in a glass house. Seriously. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Um, if you like it, so be it. If you don't, I really don't care. I just wanted to get this off my chest. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's kind of what I'm gearing toward as I kind of get this thing that I'm doing off the ground. I'm trying to build on this, and hopefully in the future it'll be better, and I'll have a lot more to do with it. Um, Again, I just wanted to reach out. Um, hey, man, let me know. I mean, if you have better insight, I don't mind. I mean, I'm not one way or the other. I'm just saying what I say. So, talk to you soon. Have a good night. I'm Dan, Nostradamus. See you next time.